Hello everyone, my name is Sif, and you are?
I'm Bex.
And we're going to be playing this board game, well I guess it's like a card/board game, called House of Danger. Here we go, House of Danger. It's a choose your own adventure game, and we have never played it before. So, we're going to be learning how to play this at the same time you learn how to play this, unless I cut out us learning how to play it.
Also based on the book by R.A. Montgomery.
Yes, it's based on a book. Well, I guess, would that be the Choose Your Own Adventure book series?
I'm not really sure. It looks cool.
Based on a book.
Yeah.
So let's find out. A neat little ad for other games like Pandemic. It's a very topical game right now. House of Danger. Okay, so we got, here's the, I guess this is like called the Nightmare image or whatever.
I like how
It's like the back of the board game. On the other side, you got the board. Place the game board on the table with the Nightmare image side facing up.
Oh, oops.
That's what the quick startup guide says.
Okay.
For 2 minutes, study this image for clues about places to visit and objects to investigate in the game. What?
That's all you get.
So then you turn the game board over. Place the psychic mover on the 3 spot of the psychic scale. This little guy here, this is the psychic mover. It's a little red piece. So you put it on the 3 spot. Place the danger mover on the lowest 3 spot on the danger meter. A little yellow square in there. Put on the lowest 3 spots, so that's literally the bottom. Place the 2 blue starter kit cards face up below the game board. We've got a bottle of water and a pocket knife. This is the start of your inventory. Take the story cards and clues marked Chapter 1 and set them in separate decks by the game board. Okay, they're all labeled Chapter 1. Place the book cover on top of the story deck card. And I will set that over here like it shows in the little image. Pick a player to read the first story card. See story cards and clues on page 3. Most story cards include story choices that send you to another story card to see the result of your choice. After you finish a story card, discard it. Always keep the book cover on top of the unread story cards. Sometimes you'll be directed to draw a clue from the deck, which may continue the story, give you an item that can be used later, or hint at a future danger. Many clues are discarded when you finish with them, but you keep items and premonitions in your inventory. On the back of the story card, I guess we'll do it as we read it, so pick a player to read the first story card. Let's roll for it. I got a 1. So, you got a 5. All right. So you lift that up.
The Grounds, Chapter 1. It is a Tuesday morning in late June, and you wake up in a cold sweat. The nightmares came again last night. Even though you are an aspiring detective and psychic investigator, you haven't been able to make sense of the haunting dreams you've had these past few weeks. In your dreams, you keep seeing the same spooky house. You are still shivering under the covers when you hear the phone ring downstairs in your basement, where you have your combination office and research laboratory. You dash down to the lab to answer it. I need, a weak voice says when you pick up the receiver. I need your help. You hear a loud click. The phone goes dead. But you were prepared. While the caller was talking, you activated your high-speed telephone tracing device. It instantly displays the caller's number, 555-57259. You call back the number right away, but there's no answer. After consulting the tall stack of reverse phone books behind your desk, you are disappointed to learn the number is still unlisted. You sense that the phone call is somehow related to your nightmares. Later, while at the Hedgebrook police station, to return a night scope you borrowed for a recent stakeout, you describe the mysterious phone call and... you describe the mysterious phone call and you're regaining reoccurring dream to your friend, Sergeant Morrison. That call does sound strange, he says. We'll look into it. And about that house in your dreams, a voice says from the hallway, I wonder if you're dreaming about the Marsden house out on Hedgebrook Road. Detective Murphy sticks his mustached face into the room. Mustache face. Modern house. Ornate gate. That sounds like Marsden Place, all right, says Sergeant Morrison. Stranger things, are reported to happen out there. Detective Murphy takes a puff on his pipe. That place is haunted, he says. I know it sounds unprofessional, but I've had a file on the Marsden house for years. I'm sure of it. He waves a folder in front of your eyes, and a phone number written on the front of it jumps out to you. It matches the one from your mysterious phone call. Continued on back.
You flip it over.
Oh. So the call is related to your nightmare. Your psychic senses were right. Draw clue 26 to discover your goal.
All right. Clue 26. The chapter 1 goal is get inside the Marsden house. Place this card in the goal slot above the psychic scale. Oh, here we go. Ding.
And then I'm continuing reading.
Oh, okay.
Back at home, you grab a bottle of water and your trusty pocket knife, preparing for a new investigation. Half an hour later, you stand before the Marsden residence, which appears exactly as it did in your nightmares. The house's futuristic look is a strange contrast to the antiquated appearance of the stone wall and the wrought iron gate, which is locked shut and wrapped in steel chains. Even though the air is balmy, a chill travels down your spine. The gathering clouds on the horizon hint at a brewing summer thunderstorm. Alright, now we got options.
Okay.
If you search the wall for a way in, we go to story card 13. If you climb the gate, go to story card 7.
So our options are search the wall or climb the gate.
Yes.
On the back of the story card, you will usually see 2 or more story choices. Story cards may also include optional or required challenges. After reading the story card, decide as a group on any story choices you want to make or challenges you want to take on. If there is no consensus, the current reader decides for the group. After you undertake challenges and make story choices, the current reader places the story card in a discard pile with the number side facing up. You always need to know the last place you explored. The current reader then searches the story card deck for the chosen story card and gives that card to the player on their left. Do not discard any unread story cards into the discard pile. Do not pass the entire deck to the reader, just the card to be read. Always keep the book cover on top of the story card deck. The new reader reads the new story card and repeats step 6 onward. Object of the game. You are an aspiring detective and psychic investigator. For weeks, you have experienced recurring nightmares that you sense might be important. Your mission is to get to the bottom of these visions. You will decide how to move through the story as a group. The story is divided into 5 chapters, each of which is to be played in a single session. So our options were, once again,
if you search the wall for a way in, go to story card 13. If you climb the gate, go to story card 7.
so what do we want to do?
I mean, I'm a very direct person, so I'm saying...
I was going to say, let's be ballsy about this.
Yeah,
let's climb that gate.
Climb the gate.
So
Story card 7, please.
Alright, so you discard this with the number facing up, and you pull 7 out, and then you hand that to me, and then I will be reading that.
There you go.
Alright, here we go. You pull yourself over the rusting gate and land with a crunch on the gravel driveway leading toward the house. But before you can survey your surroundings, you hear a guttural sound coming from your left. You encounter a shadowy, hunched-over figure emerging from the darkened doorway of a decrepit gatehouse. You can just barely make out eyes and white fangs dripping with saliva. The figure crouches as if to spring forward at any moment. "Who's there?" you stammer. Suddenly, the creature lunges at you, snarling. You spot a guardhouse not far away. If you can get past the creature, you might be able to hide there, or perhaps you should just turn and flee up the driveway toward the main house. Optional challenge: fight the creature. Win, draw clue 10, lose, raise danger meter by 2. After challenge, make story choice below. Okay, so this is a new thing. This is an optional challenge. Challenges. Some cards present challenges. You must undertake required challenges, but you choose whether to take on optional challenges. To perform a challenge, roll the die. To win the challenge, you must roll a number equal to or greater than the number marked by the danger mover on the danger meter. If your roll is less, you lose. For example, if the danger mover is on 3 space on the danger meter and you roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6, you win the challenge. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you lose. Some items can help you win challenges by boosting your die roll. Warning, if you roll a 1 on any challenge, you lose automatically, even when using a challenge booster.
It's a critical failure.
Yeah, it's a natural 1.
Natural
a nat
1.
1, critical failure. Below each challenge are instructions. If you win a challenge, follow the win instructions. If you lose a challenge, follow the lose instructions. Neat. Fight the creature. Do we want to try to fight this creature? It's like a big werewolf man thing, I guess.
Let's box him.
Fight him. Alright. So we gotta try to get a 3 or higher.
Come on, let's box this werewolf.
We lost.
Oh no.
We lost.
Oh no.
That was a 1. Alright. Lose, raise danger meter by 2. So still a 3. So, okay. Now
We're gonna so get this guy killed.
there's we can run to the guardhouse or run up the driveway.
Run up the driveway.
Yeah, sounds good because we're trying to get to that house. So we're gonna run up the driveway. So then, oh wait, run up the driveway. Story card 8. So we discard that. Look for story card 8, which would be that one. And now you read that.
Alright. Your heart pounding, you bolt up to the driveway, which bends around the back of the side of the manor. After running about 50 yards, you slow down, out of breath, gasping for air. You stop at a large wall of thorny hedges lining one side of the driveway. You hear water trickling down the ditch on the opposite side of the driveway. Charcoal gray clouds are massing ominously on the horizon, and the nearby tree branches rattle with sudden gusts of wind. Before you can catch your breath, a dark windowed limousine? That's the limousine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It just looked weird. Okay, before you catch a breath, a
Well,
dark
now was
windowed
I.
limousine roars around the bend. You only have a split second to decide which way to go to avoid being hit. Continued on the back. If you dash through the hedges, go to story card 15. If you jump into the ditch, go to story card 26.
Ooh.
So
Maybe
the thorny hedges are lining one
the
side.
thorny hedges.
And then there's the ditch.
Yeah. Let's go for the ditch.
Alright.
Seems safer.
Ditch it is. Let's go to story card 26.
You land in the ditch, splashing into shallow, frigid water. At this point, you notice a large grate ahead of you, which partially blocks the entrance to a dark cement culvert that the water flows into. If you bent over, you could walk under the lower rim of the grate and enter the culvert. You then see a small piece of paper drifting by you in the water. You might be able to grab it if you act fast. Optional challenge. Are we gonna try to grab that paper? I mean, I don't know.
Could be just trash.
Yeah. But we could always just, just keep going for it. Why not?
Alright, let's go.
Let's do a fun, just like reckless do things. Alright. We need to try to get 3 or higher.
Here we go. Reckless. This is the most house of danger.
We got a 2. So, raise danger meter by 1.
Oh, shit.
We're really messing up here.
This is just becoming us just doing stupid, reckless shit and just like...
Pretty much.
Like, we don't even see anything scary. We just do stupid, reckless stuff.
So...